Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It is Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and I have a fun Facebook Live for you today. And I'm going to be featuring this Cottage Wreaths stamp set. So I'm going to give it just a moment or two while we gather and people find me. Anybody who's going to jump on here and have fun with me today. This is just a super fun bundle. It actually has stamps and dies. I think you're going to be seeing a lot of this because Stampin' Up's going to be doing some stuff with it too. Hi, Jackie. I'm glad you're here with me today. So let me get my computer ready and going, and I hope that I won't get a call right in the middle, but I'm expecting some workmen, and I'm here at the house on my own, so I have to have my messages not turned off, but actually turned on, so that if they are on their way, I will know. So again, welcome, and Jackie's here and Susie's here. Welcome. I'm so glad you are joining me live. If you are joining me live, I would love for you to say hello. Hi, Stella. And if you are joining me afterwards, I would also love for you to just say replay, catching you later, something like that. And that way I know that you were here. And whoa, that was not what I wanted. I went into my computer and I was listening to my friend Kim, because we have a separate Facebook group for our teams that want to learn more about growing their business and developing a customer base, or just making enough money to stamp for free, or whatever they want to do. We kind of keep all the business chatter in one spot. So I was listening to that presentation while I was getting ready. So Debbie, you are having rain in Vermont. Well, you need it. We do too. We always need rain, and I'm glad Susan's here and Laura's here. Okay, we've got a good group already assembled. My computer is ready where it needs to be. So the only other thing I need to do is grab my baby boss. Okay. So we are doing something with Cottage Wreaths today, and I'm going to make a fun Halloween card. What's great about Cottage Wreaths is obviously the wreaths. And things, you have hello, you have some people just make life better, grateful. Those are kind of all year. Then you've got these little teeny tiny holly leaves, some nice, well, I would make these fall leaves, but you could honestly make them any color. This nice set of leaves here. I mean, there's just, and then of course the spider that you can do for Halloween. You've got a little Christmas greeting. There's a lot to love just in the stamp set. Now the bundle is $52. This is a photopolymer stamp set, which makes it super easy for placement. The dies, let me tell you about the dies. Look how many dies there are. I mean, there are 22 dies. So, as you can see by looking at these, some of these dies will just make a wreath. So they'll make a wreath like this. And then some of them, you're going to stamp it and then cut it out. The same goes for your bows. You can stamp and cut it out, or you can just cut out a kind of a 3D looking bow. And then you've got the berries, the acorn. Yeah, there's just so much to love here. Okay, so let me show you really quick my class by mail this month. This is my Cards with a Twist, which is what I do every month. 8 cards, two each of 4 designs with a twist. So I'm featuring the Gingham Cottage Designer Series paper. So you can see that this is kind of a general all year. And then I've got super cute Christmas cards here. And then some, of course, Halloween cards here. And then some these are definitely fall cards. I wouldn't necessarily, these aren't really Thanksgiving per se. They're just kind of fall. But I did pair them with that Gingham Cottage Designer Series paper. Now, when I did my little video to tell about the class, I misspoke, because you don't get a quarter sheet of these. You actually get a 12 by 12 sheet of every single one of these papers. So you actually get 12 full sheets of paper in my class. It's only a $39 class. You get everything to make those 8 cards. You get a full sheet of every one of these designer series papers. Now I'm going to cut them in half for easy mailing, unless you want to pay extra to mail them in full size. You're going to get a full package of these oval rounds and a large, or I should say regular and mini black dimensionals. Everything shipped to you first class for $39, plus PDF tutorials for all 8 cards with full color photos and supply lists. So make sure you sign up for my Country Wreaths Cards with a Twist. Now, we're going to be using that exact, we're going to be using the bundle today. So I like to give you even more ideas for what you can do with those, with your bundle. And of course, you can use other stamps if you want to, because all the die cutting is done for you with my class. But I do recommend the bundle. Okay, one other thing I want to show you, and that is that, hey, Kay, I'm glad you're here, and Kim has joined us. Welcome, welcome. So in our holiday catalog on the last page, 86 and 87 are these awesome host-only items. And host meaning that if you have an order of $150 or more, you don't have to host an event, you don't have to host a class. But if you hit this $150 kind of magic number in sales, you get 10% in Stampin' Rewards, which means you get $15, and you can use that on anything you want. However, it's the only way you can access Caroling Mice. You use your $13 of your $15. Now, this is a $22 value stamp set, but you can get it for just $13. You could also get this paper, which I'm using today. Celebrate Everything, awesome set of designer series paper. You can get that for $18, even though it's a $30 value. Now, let me just explain to you that if you only have $15 of host rewards, you just pay the $3 extra. So no biggie, you don't miss out. Okay, so we are going to use that paper, which is why I wanted to show you. And let's get busy with this Halloween card. Is this not adorable paper? So this is some of that paper you can get for free. And these are just 2 different patterns. Now look how you could go with an all yellow card for any time of year. But if you flip it over this way, we are going to go with a Halloween design. Now, I could go this way, or I could go this way, but I actually am going to put my wreath up here, and so I want to have as many of these jack-o'-lanterns and ghosts on here as I possibly can. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put the designer series paper down, and you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and make 2 of these cards at once, because I can, and because I like to do that when I'm with you guys, because I like to show you different ways of using your stamps and dies, and kind of how you can change things up just by changing up the colors. Now these are just simple top folds. This is 4x4. This is 4x1 1/4. Now if you don't have this glorious host paper, you might have this black and white paper from the annual catalog. Don't remember the name of it, but I'm going to just do this, put this on a pumpkin pie base. This is crushed curry, and we will see how we can make a Halloween card without any Halloween paper. So this isn't the Halloween paper from the mini catalog. This isn't Halloween paper from the host set. This is just basic. This is, well, not basic. It's a really pretty set of black and white paper. Let me grab it. Let me see. Yeah, I have some of it because this pattern would also make a great Halloween card. So this is that gorgeous, gorgeous black and white paper. But this is how versatile the Stampin' Up! Paper is. You can just flip it over and get something totally different. Ooh, this would look really cute too for a Halloween card. So there's lots of patterns here that you could use for Halloween. So if you don't have Halloween paper, you know, dig around and see what you have with black. Okay, I am going to use this kind of branchy wreath die, and I want to particularly show you how it works. And of course I forgot to bring paper over here. in your mini boss or baby boss machine. So this Cottage Wreaths is one of many bundles that works with the baby boss. And I love that because baby boss is actually a great first step into the world of die cutting. It's also great if you have a small space, although even our big boss folds up very neatly. But I mean, this is just super small. It's so cute. I mean, who doesn't want it? It's just on the basis of how cute it is. But, you know, we want it to be functional too. We don't just want it to be cute. So, oh, and Jeanette's telling me that she loves it that I give you alternatives. Yay, yay. I like hearing those kinds of comments. So let's just pop this in here, but where did my dies go? Okay, see, this is where I start just, I get so many things going here. Okay, we are going to cut that out with the branchy die. Let me get some paper. And one of the things I like about these wreaths is they're a little bit smaller. And so I think that actually makes them super versatile. This is just a 3x3 piece of basic white cardstock. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up my wreath. And you'll notice I have this little red mark here that I've done with a Sharpie marker. That is because if you look closely at your stamps, you're going to see there's a little mark there. And there's one on this wreath as well. And that helps you so that when you go to place your die, instead of having to sit there and try to figure out exactly where it fits, you line up that little mark with the little mark on your stamp, and it fits perfectly and very quickly makes it come together. So that's really what I wanted to demonstrate for you today. And then we're going to just have some fun because I've cut out a bunch of these, shapes, and I'm going to just have fun playing with them. I found this small little pack of tooth and gum wipes at the Dollar Tree, and I grabbed them because they're just a nice small package. And yeah, when you get black ink and you're using white paper, you need to have something quick. Okay. So I'm just going to huff on that. Now I'm going to strategically put that little dot up there in that corner to help me find it. And then I'm also going to just put a little arrow there. And that's going to help me find it when I put it on my big boss. Let me find, yeah, I've got this, because I'm going to go ahead and put this little guy away. Don't get ink all over everything from my stamp or from my ink pad. And see, when you go to put it away, then I know that that little mark just is going to go right there. Boom, done. I love it when Stampin' Up! Makes things easy for us. Now, here is my little mini boss, and here is my stamped image. And I'm just going to line that up right there, and look at that, voila, voila. Now I'm just going to make sure that all of those little branches, this reminds me of one of those like grapevine wreaths. I should have another plate. Oh, duh. Here we go. Let's get it all lined up to where it's going to come out really well. Now, you know, if you look here, you can see where I kind of pressed a little bit harder on that side than that side, but I think it's going to be okay. So there's my little sandwich. And I will say, you know, this baby boss as well, when I first tried it, I thought maybe it was a little bit stiff, but I think it kind of loosens up as time goes on because I've used mine a lot. So there we have that nicely cut little wreath. So let's put this guy away so I don't have stuff everywhere when I'm done, theoretically. And then we are going to get to making some of these little wreaths. You know, wreath making, if you do regular wreath making, it can be a lot of fun because you're just putting a lot of pieces together and decorating it and just making it fun. And that's what we're going to do here. So what we're going to do is we are going to start with a basic black circle. This is the stitched one from the Stylish Shapes, and I think that makes a nice, I think it gives a lot of presence to my wreath. And then I'm going to put, I think I'm going to add a second layer. I think I'm going to do it on both of them. I did cut one out of crushed curry, but I think it gets to be a little bit too much yellow. So I think that this kind of helps break it up a little bit. And you can see here as well, I've done pumpkin pie here and Cajun craze here because, again, sometimes you can get too much of a good thing. Now, I've already cut a couple of these out as well, but look how cute they look. Now, I could pop that up on dimensionals. I can also layer them up to where it's fuller than here. So just kind of giving you some options and ways to make it all work. Now, I ran a bunch of these through my Baby Boss just to kind of see where I want to go. Now, this is the copper foil, and I think it really looks cool with either one of these. The black gives, maybe I should put the black one over here because there's not as much. Kind of like that. And this is where we get to just kind of play. And I thought what we would do is kind of play with it first, and then we'll stick it all down. So I have a few green, I have a lot of black, but see, you can get too much black going there. Those little pops of green, I thought I kind of like them better over here, might kind of break things up a little bit. This is crushed curry. And I'm not crushed curry, that's Calypso Coral. Not sure I like that. Now I've got some of those little copper guys there too. So just a few little pops of color like that. And then a lot of black ones. A lot of black branches. Do I want those? I think if I do the copper, I don't need that. I think maybe just the copper and black here. And maybe the green and, let's see, maybe the Calypso Coral. That's too many different colors, I think. Maybe we'll just go with the black and the green on this one and maybe throw in, no, that's going to be, I think that's just going to be like that. Yeah, that's not going to, here we go. I probably should have had some yellow ones, but I didn't. Okay. So let's see. And then, so you see how you just cut them out, cut a bunch out, put them in a little bowl, and just start playing with them. So we're going to kind of arrange them better than that, but I'm just kind of getting the colors for now. And then I have a couple of these little tag dies, and I'm going to do a greeting here, but let's see. I think that might, I don't know. I can't decide. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. And I've got this little boo, which is what I'm going to stamp on there. So let's kind of get the greeting going, and then we'll kind of go from there. Now I had some, oh yeah, here we go. So I do have a couple of these little guys. These are the little like reinforcements that go with the tailored tag dies, and they're super cute. This is actually the set of reinforcements that goes with the other die. But I thought, well, you know what? I already had them in my little stash, so I thought, well, we'll just make them work. The other thing is I probably need to add a little bit of ribbon right there just to soften things up a little bit. A lot of times I find that when you have so much paper, a little bit of ribbon just kind of helps break it up a little bit. Hola, Adriana. Bienvenidos. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the greeting, which is here. And I am going to put this underneath here. I don't want to mess things up at this point. So let's do, I think we can do boo, boo. Let's kind of angle them. And then we can do boo like this. And then we can do boo like this. Super cute. And woo, and then I'm gonna get black ink all over everything at some point today. Here we go. Hey Betty, I'm glad you're here. And Kathy, welcome, welcome ladies. We are just making some little, we're making some little Halloween wreaths with the Cottage wreath, country wreath. I keep wanting to say cottage. I think it's cottage gingham and country wreath. I got too many cottages and countries going. Okay, so let's go ahead and start layering these little guys up. First of all, I think we're going to put these down with some dimensionals. And this is where you're really glad that you have these little black dimensionals. Very useful. The black ones come in a pack of, I think you get 3 of each. Yeah, it's a pack of 6. So you get 3 of each type of, you know, the minis and the full size. Isn't that cute? Okay, and then and they're, I think they're $6, so they're a little bit more, but you get more more sheets than you do. No, I don't think it's, that doesn't sound right. I'm telling you wrong. We'll get the catalog and figure it out. Okay, so there we go. Now let's get these wreaths going. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by just doing a little bit here, and then we're going to put this up on dimensionals. And you know what? This is getting ready to be done, which means I always find that when it's getting close to being out, I can get plenty out of the base. This is going to go here, and this is going to get popped up. Now there are some full blacks. Let's see. Here we go. Let's use these instead. 2, 3. So this is our double set of circles that are going to hold up our wreath. Whoopsie, that's off. Okay, that must have shifted while I had it turned upside down. So thankfully, this is not totally dried yet, which means I can move it. Okay, now, this is here for a reason. If you don't have one of these silicone mats, you definitely want to get it and put it in your cart. This is a $6 item, and it is worth its weight in gold. I have several of them. So you can use these with hot glue, which is really brilliant, but they also are really good for using just to dot little amounts of your liquid glue, which is what I'm going to do for these little tiny guys. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of liquid glue dotted around here because I want to pop this on here and just kind of cross stack these a little bit to make it look fuller. Isn't that nifty? And then I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals. My minis are here. Here we go. And we are going to have some fun, cute Halloween wreaths. What I like about these Halloween wreaths is I can send these to my girlfriends. I could send them, I don't have a sister, but I could, if I had like a sister, sister-in-law, something like that, I could send them if my mom was alive. But I also have grandkids who would love these. So you can send those cute little whimsical Halloween cards, but I think these kind of are big girl Halloween cards is what they remind me of. Okay, Debbie's giving it to me. Black dimensionals are $6, and there are 200 of the large ones and 480 of the minis. which is probably 2 sheets of each. That's what it is. There's 4 sheets because in the regular dimensionals, the white ones, there's 3 sheets. In the blacks, you get 4 sheets because it's 2 of each. Perfect. Thank you very much, Debbie. I appreciate you looking that up for us. Okay, I think we're going to put the black ones down first, and then we can use the colored ones to fill in a little bit. So let's put a couple of these black branches down. And I think if we do it like this, and like this, I think that is going to look really cute. And we have this, which I'm going to have to stick flat, I think, because I've got so much coming up on dimensionals here. You know, you can get too much of a good thing with dimensionals. So, you know, I think the key is that dimensionals are meant to give some variety of depth so that, you know, some things are raised and some things are flat. Now, I'm liking that. Let's give one more black, actually one more set of black, and then we'll come back in there with a couple of greens. Here we go. 2 more. I do like putting these little branches kind of together, and see, I'm just going to smash that in there now. Let's see, there, like so. And then this one down here, like so. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Now, let's see. See what happens if we pop in those little green branches. I kind of like that little pop of color. I think it kind of keeps it from getting too bogged down and being, you know, just too much of the same. Sometimes just that little bit, maybe just one's going to be enough. I don't know that I need another one. Let's see. If anybody has an opinion, let me know. Yeah, I think that's too much. Even if I went, you know, I have one lone little, yeah, I think it's too much. I'm liking it just the way it is. Now I'm going to come back in here with a couple of jewels and a little bit of ribbon to finish that off. Okay, now let's go on to this one, and we're going to do this with just a single branchy wreath. So let's start here. But once again, we're going to pop this up on dimensionals. And you know, the other thing I like about doing 2 cards side by side like this, you know, for many years, I did a live in-person card class, and we would make 2 each of 3 designs. Now, over the years, I kind of switched that up, and we now make 5 cards, 1 each. So it kind of gives people more variety. But when you do a card, I always feel like if you're going to make a card, you might as well make a second one. You have everything out. You can do them side by side. You can do them like this where you actually change things up a little bit, or you can actually just have a second one of that's exactly the same. So I think that if you're going to make one, you might as well make 2, and that way you have one ready to go the next time you need a card. Okay, that's a little bit, I don't know why I keep getting these off, but I do. Yeah, we're just going to have to stay. Okay, let's pop. Yeah, I think we're going to pop that up on dimensionals again. Here we go. We're going to go to there, just because it's kind of going. That's the way they're picking up for me today, is they're picking up 2 at a time. I got to speak to my granddaughter in Virginia, my oldest grandchild in Virginia last night, and then her brother and sister, who are younger than she is, they called, and they were on right before I got on with you guys. We were supposed to have a FaceTime with them at 6:30 tonight, and they must have just called in the middle of, I don't know, I think they got the phone away from their big sister or something and just decided to call Grandma and Granddaddy. And my husband had been in meetings all day, but his meetings had just finished, and I'm up here prepping, and I can hear my grandchildren on the phone. I'm thinking, what's going on? Sure enough, they were on the phone, so I had to break away from prep and just have a few minutes to chit-chat with those awesome children. Okay, now I think what we're going to do is we're going to start here, because then I think once you have the bow in place, everything else kind of comes together. Ugh, didn't mean for that to happen. And of course, you could put the bow down here as well. It looks good in both places. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Okay, here we go. There's a black branch there. And I decided before that I kind of like these two together. Oopsie. You know, once they dry, they won't lift. But while that's still a little bit sticky, it's sticking to my fingers. Here we go. Let's do another one like this. And do I have another black one, or have I used them all? I think I've used all the black ones. Wow, I'm surprised. Okay, so that means we're going to bring one of these in and just have a little pop of color like we did on the other one, but this time we're going to do it in copper. I like that copper. Gives just that nice little bit of shine. And shall we do a green one as well? Or a Calypso Coral? I kind of like that Calypso Coral. That looks pretty good there. Okay, so let's just do like that. Now, let me show you what else I did, and I don't think I'm going to use them. I did stamp and cut out some of these spiders, and I did them on the crushed curry because I thought the white would just kind of get lost in the shuffle. However, I think I already have a lot going on here, and I think it's just a little bit, oh, no, that just might work. Yeah, it's a little bit too much, I think. They are cute, though. I could probably get away with that, maybe. See, this is a much busier paper. So I'm going to leave that little spider there, and you guys can tell me what you think about it, whether I should leave it there or not. Okay, so we need a couple of finishing touches. We're almost there, but I think these need just a little bit more. So let's see what we can do. Let's see, I'm thinking that we might want to put on some of these. Champagne rhinestones always look really good when you're using this copper foil paper. So let's see if that's going to give us just a little bit of shine. Oh, I think that's probably going to give us the right shine. Let's see. I'd have to get out a new package because I've got all the little, I've used all the big ones, which usually I use all the little ones. But you see how that just picks up a little bit of shine there? Just kind of finishes things off. I don't even think I need, I don't actually need any more of them, I don't think. Okay, so Kay says to keep the spider. Thank you for weighing in, that helps me. You know, maybe let's look at these, I've got some of these iridescent rhinestones. Let's see how that looks. Man, that's gonna be a lot of shine, but let's just see if it works. Sometimes less is more, and sometimes more is more. Well, I just lost that one. I heard it hit the floor. Oh yeah, that's kind of nice because it's clear. Oh, I like that. I like it a lot. Maybe I should do that over here too. Let's see. Let's put him here. Let's come back over here and get one of these. Oh yeah. That iridescent, it really picks up a lot of colors. So I do like that. Now let's put down our little spider and cluster 3 little ones. Oh, now that's I like that, Linda. Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's get the spider down first. And I'm just gonna come back over here and I'm just gonna grab a little bit of adhesive, just like that. Okay, these are coming along ever so nicely. And you see, you just kind of cut everything out and just start playing and having fun with it. If you have to go back and cut out a little bit more, you know, that's okay. Okay, let's do a cluster of 3 of these. I could do right up here, but I think I'm just gonna do like right down here and give it a little bit more balance. 1, 2, 3. I do like that idea. And I do think, you know, if you're going to go over the top, Halloween's definitely a time to go over the top. Now you see how that's picking up the light here, and it's picking up the light here, and then, yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot, ladies. Thank you for the suggestions. And I'm not sure, Linda, I think you might have meant putting 3 up here, but I'm just adding more to our little, you know, the nice thing about these iridescent rhinestones is they're not, they just pick up a lot of light, but they're kind of clear. So they kind of, because they're iridescent, they give you a lot of different colors, and they're almost more subtle than the traditional rhinestone. Yeah, my fingers are really gluey. You know, when you get that liquid glue on your fingers, it's not water soluble, so you really kind of have to get the Goo Gone on your fingers to get it off. Not being water soluble is helpful when you're crafting, but if it all starts sticking to your fingers at once, it can be a little bit challenging to get everything right where you want it. Okay, now I think we're going to do one more little something something, and that is I'm going to put a little bit of ribbon right there. Actually, probably a little bit of twine. When you put the glue on the mat, what do you use to get it off? Or yes, actually, Laura, this is a great question. I wait till it dries like that, and look at that, then it just peels off. Isn't that nifty? So I just let that sit overnight, and then it just peels right off. There's a little dried piece right there. See that? It just comes right off. So the nice thing is if you're ever using this with a hot glue gun, you can put like a big circle of hot glue and then press something into it, and it will lift off the silicone mat. Great question. Okay, let's pull out the thread and see what we can come up with. This is not in our catalog. Oh yeah, it is. The black is. This is part of the neutrals. And I think that's going to be just the ticket. This is part of that pack of, you can get a pack of twine that gives you black, white, crumb cake, gray. I think it gives you a lot of different ones. So let's just do a little wee tiny bow. And I think it's just going to be the little finishing touch right there. Okay. Great minds working together. You know, doesn't this feel like if you've ever, you know, done wreath making or something, this is just kind of like having a little wreath making session. Except it doesn't take up nearly as much space. And if you already have a Halloween wreath, well, you can just make more of these to send to your friends. Okay, what I want is, you don't want to use liquid glue with anything fabric, and that includes your twine. So that's where I'm going to come along here and grab a mini glue dot to affix this little twine bow. There we go. And that is an over-the-top country wreath Halloween card. Super fun. I love it. I'm kind of doing like this so that you can hopefully see some of the way that the light's picking up just a little bit of shine here. Okay, let's do this one too. And then I have 2 awesome Halloween cards ready to send. And we are only in the first week of September, so you know, it is something that you do have to prepare ahead for. Now, I will say, one of my neighbors down the street, I was out walking Roscoe, she put her Halloween decorations up on September the 1st, and I thought, wow, that is, I mean, I usually see them up October the 1st. September the 1st might be a little excessive, but, you know, if you love those Halloween decorations, you'll maximize them if you've already got them out. Here we go. And I have to say they were super cute, so that helps, you know. That helps a lot. When you have super cute decorations, yeah, I'm happy for you to have them out and brighten my day when I'm walking my little doggy, who is doing so much better. You know, he has this benign tumor that's very large on his chest, and they can't operate on it for a host of reasons. But it's kind of pressing on his lungs and causing him to breathe, you know, have problems with his breathing, coughing a lot. But the doctor's got him on some medication, and it has really helped him so much. So he may be walking slow for our evening walks, but he's walking and he's going for it. And he's enjoying life, still smiling a lot. So we're very grateful that we have more time with Roscoe. Okay, that is it for today. That is a wrap with Halloween cards using the Cottage Wreaths bundle. Make sure that you sign up for my Cards with a Twist monthly class, and it is featuring Cottage Wreaths. I just gave you 2 more awesome ideas. And this class, you're going to have 8 cards. You get everything prepped and ready to go, including the dies cut out, your wreaths cut out, the whole 9 yards. So you're going to want to get that. $39. It's going to give you not a half a pack, 12 sheets of the Country Wreaths Designer Series paper. So you do get a full sheet. You get some of the black dimensionals, 1 sheet of each, and you get these fun opal rounds to go with that class. So make sure you sign up, and I will get in there and remind you about what date is the finish, because I don't even have that off the top of my head. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, I'd appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel. You don't miss out. I do come out twice a week and do live demonstrations here on Facebook, and then I download that to YouTube. And if you are on Facebook, I would appreciate you liking my page so that you get notifications of when I'm going to go live. I've been going live Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. for quite a while. I'm going to probably shift my Thursday to an evening slot, but I'm still working on finalizing that. Thank you so much for the kudos. I'm glad you like my cards. Hope you have a great evening. Take care, and God bless.